Buenos dias! Today we're going to look at example numero uno for 8-5, basic probability. So remember that probability is just a ratio or a fraction comparing what you want to happen over your total possibilities. So instead of like last unit, we were looking at scale over actual. We're comparing the scale to the actual. That's the same kind of thing, a ratio. Back in unit 6 with percentages, we looked at the part over whole equals percent over 100. Those are two ratios, percent over 100, part over whole. So this is not new, just different. All right, so anyways, example number 1. So we can see that we have a bag that contains 3 red marbles, 5 green marbles, 2 blue, and 6 yellow. Notice the way I'm highlighting here. Our brains work in color. It's really nice, and you're less likely to make mistakes if you're color coding. Trey is picking 1 marble from the bag at random. 1 marble. So there are a few things that we're going to assume in probability in this unit, and that is that A, we are not playing the what if game. We're not playing, well, what if the coin lands on its side and stands straight up? No. What if the spinner lands in the middle of the line? No, you spin again. What if, you look in the bag and you grab 5 marbles and no. No. You are grabbing one thing at a time out of whatever bag you are drawing, and you cannot see what is in the bag. Do not make your life harder. Do not play the what if game. Not in math, at least. You can play the what if game where else. Okay, so what is the probability that the marble is yellow? So I just want to take a second to talk about this notation here, because this does not mean multiplication. And that's worth making note of. This is not multiplication. For the first time in your mathematical career, that parentheses does not mean multiplication. That's what's called like function notation. You're going to learn about that as an 8th grader more. Function notation basically just means the word of. So this is saying P standing for probability, if you didn't guess that. It's asking the probability of getting a yellow marble. That's what that says. So probability of getting a yellow marble. Well, there's 6 yellow marbles, so that's definitely important. 6 yellow. Definitely going to be a fraction. And like we said, what we want to happen this time is the yellow over the total possibilities. Well, what are the total possibilities of like me picking marbles? What are the total number of marbles? Always great to start with adding. Always great to double check yourself, make sure you're using a calculator, because you can't possibly get these fractions right if you have a wrong total. 16 total marbles. So that 16 is the total possibilities, so that's going to go on the bottom. Boom, there's my fraction, 6 over 16. To convert that to the decimal, we're just going to put it right into the calculator, 6 over 16, and that's going to get me 0.375. Multiply it by 100 to convert it to the percentage, which is 37.5%. There you go. That is the probability of you or Trey or whomever picks a yellow marble out of that bag. And now I'm just going to be really extra over explaining on this, and bear with me. Now I just want to clarify that this 6 over 16, that doesn't mean I'm picking 6 marbles. I'm still only picking 1 marble. I just have a 6 out of 16 chance of that marble being yellow. So just clarifying that. Thanks. Okay, part B, a little bit different from part A because it's asking for the probability of red or green. So in math, when we're talking probability here at least, when we see this or is telling us to add red or green. It could be that red or green, literally what it's saying. 3 red, or I could pick one of the 5 green marbles for a total of, well, not a total, a mini total of 8. And that's 8 red or green. over 16 total. What's nice about the probabilities is that once you find the total, you're going to continue to use that total to find the rest of the parts and the rest of the probabilities. So 8 over 16 is 1/2 or 0.5, which gives us the 50%. And I just don't know why I wrote that so like. Okay, moving on. Equals 50%. I just wrote really big. Okay, up next we have part C. Part C here is asking for the probability of it being a not blue marble. So that might sound really confusing, but all that means when it says not blue is anything but blue. I don't know. Let's go that color. Is anything but blue. So you can look at this two different ways. You can either add all of the not blue ones together, which would be 3 red plus 5 green plus 6 yellow to get 14 out of 16 total. Or you could have worked backwards and saw that 2 of them are blue. So if you take 2 away from the 16 total, that leaves you with 14. 14 divided by 16 ends up being 0.875, which converted to the percentage would be 87.5%. Oops. You are going to get some repeating decimals, and that is okay. Just deal with them. All right, we'll take a look